Ladies and gentlemen, fellow conservatives, this is just so humbling to be here. I appreciate the very warm comments by Ellie. It's always so exciting. Last week I was running around Capitol Hill and ran into Ellie, and I had some constituents. I said, "Hey, everyone, I want you to meet a real dignitary, Ellie Gold," and they had a wonderful time. And he was so kind to them and so thoughtful. And then Herb London, a living legend of a person who makes a difference on behalf of limited government expanded freedom. Also, at my height, I appreciate he is a tower of strength. And so it's just so inspiring, truly, Herb. Thank you for what you've mean to our country, to our world, and to be here with persons from members of the Parliament from Belgium. I'm honored to be with the talk radio hosts. We just did a program in Tokyo, so it's just very humbling. But over and over again, it's such a reminder to me that good people can make a difference, will make a difference on behalf of limited government expanded freedom. And here we are. It's so inspiring to me, chilling too, in the aftermath of 9/11. We have, sadly, many people in Washington who have totally forgotten 9/11. It didn't happen. And so they just can't conceive a global war on terrorism. But I do feel that way. And so any way that I can work to alert the American people to the dangers, and has it ever been more obvious in the last week? And it just breaks your heart to think of persons who value death more than we value life. That's the creed of Hamas. And how can we possibly forget that in Tehran, the signs they carry in English are very, very clear. Death to Israel, death to America. And the thought that we would even try, and my head explodes, to try to reach out to Tehran to work to fight the common enemy of ISIL. Should it surprise you that Tehran said no thanks? It just is inconceivable. But the bottom line is there are good people here who can and will make a difference. There are so many people here who, as Gordon was referencing the Cuban Missile Crisis, I remember that. I was a little guy. I remember in my hometown of Charleston, South Carolina, the Nautilus submarines and Polaris submarines leaving for potential World War III. And the good news is that we prevailed. Now there's freedom and democracy, and I give credit to so many people in this room. There are more countries now that are exercising freedom and democracy than in the history of the world. Utterly inconceivable. And I'm talking as the chairman of the Bulgaria caucus. I've worked very closely with Slovakia. I work very closely with the ambassador from Poland. Over and over again, I see progress being made. And then my service, too, has been enhanced, and I want to give credit to my wife, Roxanne. She has raised 4 remarkable sons. Our oldest son served for a year in Iraq. So it's very personal, my service. Okay, my oldest son served for a year in Iraq, field artillery, came back and did what every dad wants. He married the newscaster of the largest television station in South Carolina from, hey, you'll appreciate this, Fairfield, New Jersey. Jennifer Miskowitz. I'm known as Jennifer Miskowitz's father-in-law. That's good, because then he was elected the youngest Attorney General of the United States. And then our second son's a doctor in the Navy. He served in Iraq with the Rangers and the SEALs. He's an orthopedic surgeon. Number 3 son served in Bright Star in Egypt. He's a signal officer. And our youngest little guy, 27 years old, just returned from a year as an engineer in Afghanistan. So when I talk about and I did 31 years, and I have to tell the whole story. I spent 25 summers at Fort Stewart, Georgia. I didn't get very far. But hey, again, thank you for this honor. I look forward to having it, and I want to extend an invitation. If you're ever in Washington, please visit with your member of Congress, but then know that you will have a warm welcome at 2229 Rayburn House Office Building. If you just mention London, and we'll even know it's not a capital of another country, it's Herb. So, hey, but please come by, and we'd love for you to come by. And it's energizing when people come by the office and get a picture behind the desk. It's just so humbling. God bless you. Thank you.